Live. And I'm looking at the SFMF logo. Looking good. Do we have giveaways? T-shirts? It looks like I got 3 of you in there at least. Hopefully there's more. All right. Again, I just can't see any questions yet, but if they're on there, we will get rolling. Live number 2. Still waiting on the big screen. Can you see it on the little screen? Let's start out by finding out where everyone is writing from. 2 things I want to find out from you. Where are you joining us from? And what era did you serve? That was a poll we had a while ago. And we had a poll and it was pretty good to see all the different eras that everyone who's joining us, where they're from. All the way back to the 60s to obviously currently. And even had a section for those who aren't even in yet, who are getting ready to join. So that was interesting. So those of you on tonight, let us hear where you're from. We can talk about either of those eras, the past or those getting ready to go right now. Very interesting comments. Love hearing the stories from way back. Love hearing the current stories because those change constantly as well, even when I was in boot camp. So it looks like it's a little delayed, but it is going. So here we go. Let's hear it. Is that me? View live screen. It looks like I'm a little delayed. Like it or not, it just disappeared. Or keep them coming. All right, I see some now. Oh, good, Charla. We'll see. I see that you're here. Doc. All right, we're getting it. Am I getting loud? Is that what you just said? Almost. We will get this rolling and we will start kicking it. Again, good to see you, Charla. Doc Holiday, San Diego, nice. What else we got? Oh, that's my whole everything. It says successfully connected. So I think we're on. We're live. Hopefully it is, and hopefully the comments will start coming in. So again, one of the biggest comments have been coming in recently about, it seems like we have a lot of people just coming in to getting ready to go to boot camp. So they have questions and concerns. So we can definitely talk about this. There's some of you old salts that have been there and done that. Wesley Meisenheimer, we are well. Myself, my family is well. Meisenheimer, great to see you on here, brother. Hope everything's going well with you. I'd like to talk to you later, see where you're at, what you're up to. I won't tell everybody your nickname right now, but great to see you on here, brother. Again, something that we've been doing for a little while, trying to get this community, trying to keep this community alive. And it is. It's amazing. The support, the comments, everyone has really come to gathering this together has definitely been something that we all like to do. Like-minded people talking about like-minded stuff. This is Q&A night, billions and billions. Let's go. Q&A. Let's start it. Good to hear. Meisenheimer, everything's good with you. Q&A. Another question that we have coming up, we did the E1 through E9 a while ago when we first started out. We're getting ready to do the O1 through O10. Talk about our officer counterparts. OCS. We asked, one of our other ones was where were you born? East Coast, West Coast. We know that friendly rivalry that goes way back and it will never stop. I love it. Love to hear the comments and the arguments about it. Always good. We're going to start talking about OCS. Doc Holiday, being part of the Marine family is an honor. I tell you what, corpsmen up. We love our corpsmen. There has been numerous times that, right along with us. They're on the battlefield with us. They're taking care of us. So yes, you are definitely part of the family, the Devil Dogs of the Corps. We also have, for those of you that don't know, we don't have religious services. So The Navy also supports us in that with the chaplain and the RP. We did have a section about the chaps and the RP on a different short a while back. But glad to have you aboard, Doc. Semper Fi, brother. We do like to, that's another thing I like about the channel is, yes, of course, I'm a Marine. We have mostly Marine followers, but I love to hear the other services in comparison. The biggest one we just had on saluting. I had a hard time explaining to people they didn't understand that Marines do not salute without a cover on. And I put the clip of the movie A Few Good Men at the very end when Corporal Hammaker saluted at the very end. It was a movie, first of all, so it's, you know how sometimes movies don't depict it exactly. That's for the dramatic effect. Dig it. But Marines do not salute without a cover. And everyone says, what if you're indoors and an officer comes on deck? You pop to the position of attention, give a verbal greeting. Whatever it is, good morning, sir. He or she will acknowledge, good morning, Marine, and then you carry on your business. He or she will tell you, carry on. So you're still showing the same respect as a salute, but without a cover, Marines just do not salute. All right, anyone else getting lag? I think so, Chala, because I'm getting one as I'm watching it right here. So again, bear with us. We'll power through this. Doc says, what I still don't understand are the crayons. You know, I don't either. That was after my time. That came, I think it's still pretty recent, maybe a decade or so since the crayon thing came out. Again, I think it's just another way for people to find something to dig on Marines. So it's cool. I like it. I encourage it. What I know of the crayons is shut up and color. Like when you're getting into trouble or you're doing something, you're asking questions, your motivation is a little too much. Hey, shut up and color. Just kind of roll with the punches. So the crayon thing, it's pretty funny. I like it. It's, again, something for other services to try and dig at Marines. So get some. Legend 27, who up? Go Army. Glad to have you aboard, brother or sister. Can't tell which one, but glad to have you. Definitely always love to have other services on here. Monkey Balls. Who up? Airborne. Get some. Embrace the suck. I got you, brother. Thanks, Doc. And that's about it with the crayons. Billions. Does the Marine Corps have an official commandant yet? Great question. I've read some crazy stories about General Berger recently. Some will call them conspiracy theories. Yes, a lot of people would call it conspiracy theories. I don't think they haven't been assigned yet, the new commandant. Freddie Church, Ross, Sergeant Major, good to see you. Sergeant Major Meisenheimer, I'm still sorry about the MVGs circa 2011 and 12. Hope you guys are all doing well. Yes, that was interesting couple of days looking for those NVGs. Monkey, see you again. Golf Company the best. All right. Michael's Drones and RCs. All right. Let's hear it, brother. Great to see you too. Welcome aboard. Let's, what you got, Michael's Drones. Charlie, great to see you again. Been pushing you, as you know. Yes, always pushing. Keeping it going. That's what we're trying to do. Keep this community alive and well. Doc says the new Marines get to be a part of the Marine Ball coming up. Will the new Marines get to be part of the Marine Ball coming up? Will you attend Fatal Fox Company? Definitely. We will every year. The Marine Corps birthday, I'd like to talk about that here in a little bit too. How we celebrate the Marine Corps birthday balls. Semper Fi drones. What happened to Sergeant Major Berger? Jason Babila, aloha, brother. Bravo Company 1046, Semper Fi, brother. 1046, that was my first cycle. JTB. 1046, that was my first cycle. It was a brand new hat. So the recruits were on me. They knew I was new. So they kind of broke me in, but I didn't let them win. Thrashed them. It was just a thrash hat, causing pain and discomfort. Loved every part of it. It was good. Sergeant Major Berger, I don't remember. Legend. What happened to Sergeant Major Berger? So the Marine Corps Ball, that's what's coming up. It is in a couple months here. A lot of Marines ask, well, how come they're not all on November 10th, our birthday? You got to figure places like Hawaii where there's a lot of units, but not a lot of places, venues to hold it. So that's why they're not always on the 10th, depending on what you can organize for your unit. What company did I get assigned in boot camp? As a recruit, I was in Mike Company, 3rd Battalion, Mighty Mike. As a drill instructor, I was 1st Battalion, Bravo Company. Best PCT recommendations was PCT. Monkey, I'm not sure about PCT. Spell that out for me. Jamie Luna, Semper Fi My Friend. You're motivating and awesome DI. Thanks, JTB. Appreciate that, brother. That was I'm telling you, that DI duty was definitely a re-greening. That's where I completely grew up as a Marine. Made a lot of mistakes prior to that. Michael Drones, I see you, brother. Engineers up. Combat engineers. So DI duty was definitely a highlight of my career. Chala, Lance Corporal Spencer Kohler, graduated from my high school just a few years ago. Oh, very cool. 1041, San Diego. Straight, good to see you on there. Corey. Platoon 1117, San Diego. Post psychotherapy for my steroids. Ah, dang it. Now I don't remember the question about the PCT. I need to spell it all out, monkey balls. You lose me on that one. RC's 1371, that's right. Backbone. Everyone that's MOS, you should consider that your backbone of the Corps. We all know what it is. Post-psychotherapy. Doc Holiday, where are my combat engineers at? MOS 03XX era. 03s, I'm telling you, I loved my time with the infantry. Definitely a highlight of my career. All my combat deployments. Definitely a great experience. Different lifestyle, right? Those of you that support the infantry, God bless you all too. It's definitely a team effort. I like to call it just a MAGTF on all levels. Anytime we deploy, anytime we go to the field, it is a team effort. The POG, post, that one went really well. Also, love to talk about that, what you think about the POGs. Being called a POG, is it still POG? Is that still? I had a buddy of mine that he said the admin guys, they called Remington Raiders, if you've ever heard that, because that's what the typewriter was back then. Graduated from San Diego in 75, Michael Drones, very cool. Monkey balls, serious question. Army versus Marine Corps. Is that a serious question? Is it really? So that inter-service rivalry, we wouldn't be anywhere without it. It's definitely what keeps us going, keeps us motivated. Of course, if you don't think your service is the best, something wrong. Something is wrong. But we all know Marines are the best. Serious answer. I took my combat engineer in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, Oceanside. So engineer school, Michael, for me it was in Camp Lejeune also. It was at Courthouse Bay. I don't know if it was back then, but very interesting place. I'm a West Coast Marine, but I definitely enjoyed my time on the East Coast. Chala, good question. Do we have merch? Do we have merch back there? We just so happen to have a little bit if you're here on the last live. If not, if this is your first time to our live, here's some merch. And it is going to go out to the first person that answers a motivating question here at the end. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit as well. And there definitely is a lag. Rangers lead the way. Rangers are pretty cool. For Army, Marines are Marines. If they are whatever their MOS is. And this was another controversial post was every Marine is a rifleman. That's a fact. No matter what your job is, you're a cook, you're admin, truck driver, your first responsibility is rifleman. And then your MOS is your second job. We qualify once a year on the range, no matter what. If you cannot qualify, you cannot be a Marine. That's what makes us, every Marine, a rifleman. So is everyone an expert and a sniper and all the things that the special units do? Nope. But everyone's, you know for a fact that every Marine can handle a weapon, can kill the enemy. Who else qualified on Bravo Range? Camp Pendleton. Been there. Orange targets for West Point. Instant expert qualification. Monkey and Jarhead. Welcome, Jarhead. Sound off, Marines. That's what I'm saying. Let's hear it. And if you could, let us know where you're joining us from. We kind of want to see where all the states and maybe different countries, like to see where we're touching. We want to keep this community alive and rolling, and it's not just your hometown. Let's get this out and continue to grow. Continue to grow this channel. Hoorah, expert on both rifle and pistol. Nice shot. David Rogers. Good. How about McMatt? How you at hand-to-hand combat? Doc Holliday, Paris, California. Nice. Very cool. Jersey. See, there we go. Coast to coast right off the bat. Awesome. Appreciate that. Bryce Weeborg says when they flunked another MOS, we got them in the grunts. Currently Minnesota. So funny you say that, Bryce, because as an engineer, we got a couple retreads that flunked out of aviation school. So they also sent them to the engineer community. Northwest Arkansas, sounding off. Thanks, Dave. Never been there. Corpus Christi, Texas. Very cool, Jamie. Welcome. Legend, you're in West Point, New York. Right. Chala, here in Marine Headquarters City. Where's that? Quantico? Evil Eyes, Texas. Very cool, Jerry. Thanks for joining us. Arlington. Yes, sir, Chala, I got you. Michael, Devil Dogs all the way. Ara. Did you say where you're in from, Michael? Sorry if I missed that. Jules Bond, Baltimore City, Maryland. Semper Fi, my friend. Doc says, not going to lie, a lot of good old boys from Texas. I'm with you, Doc. I remember, just, again, being a drill instructor, and first thing I would check the rosters. Most of our recruits always seem to be from Texas. Texas is a huge state, very patriotic. Love Texas. Michael, Indianapolis. Yes, sir, Indiana. Merchant Marine Academy, is it valid or a Pogue school? Very good question, Monkey Balls. What I do know about the Merchant Marine Academy, very hard to get in. It is an amazing school, so hopefully anyone that's interested is in the right high school that can get them into the Merchant Marine Academy. Nothing Pogue about it at all. And there's a Marine option there too, if that is your goal to be a Marine officer. So not a Pogue school at all. Merchant Marine Academy is tough to get into. So do a little homework on that. That is a service academy that I'm sure a lot of individuals would love to get into. JTB, thank you for your part of me earning my title and becoming a Marine. 1371 up. Semper Fi, brother. Great to hear and appreciate you saying that. Definitely love seeing you on here. Motivating. That's what it's all about. Sharing, giving back, motivating each other, right? Staying on the right path. Good to hear from you, JT. Billions is from Fort Worth, Texas, checking in. I worked for Lockheed after the Corps. Lots of Air Force guys there. Sorry to hear that. Nah, just kidding. Love your Air Force guys too. And Lockheed, from what I knew growing up in the Marine Corps, they said be somewhere in the air community, in the air wing community, because Lockheed does definitely recruit from the military, because they know you have the military training, you're motivated already, you're disciplined, so they definitely want you in their community as well. Obviously, Lockheed, again, from the little I know about them, very, very successful company. Very cool. Congrats, Billions. What about West Point? Same thing. West Point, what I know of them, very hard school to get into. Again, hopefully you're in a good high school that prepares you for that. You start preparing early on. I do know a few family and friends that have made it into West Point. And again, very, very prestigious school. Highly recommend it. I had the opportunity to grade some of their cadets at one point in drill. They're solid. They really are. Another great school. David Rogers, I'll be returning shortly, closing the store. See you in a little bit, David. Semper Fi, brother. So the service academies, again, I learned more and more about them throughout my career. When officers would check in, I started learning to ask them, where did you go to school? And a lot of times you can tell the difference between a service academy graduate and someone that didn't go to a service academy. But it all depends on the individual and their heart and their character. So either way, got to give it to the DI. They put their lives on hold so they can turn civilians to Marines. Always appreciate DIs and their families. Being with 90 plus recruits 24 hours a day is definitely hard. It is some hard duty. It's nonstop. It is, you are in those recruits' lives are entrusted to your care. So it is 24/7, nonstop. Very rewarding as a drill instructor, very hard work. I did get some, you are transitioning people from civilian life, from what they know, culture shock. Overnight, you're trying to turn them into basically trained Marines, ready for the biggest challenge of their life. So it is. Thanks, Doc. Legend 27, CO Deering, valid or no? Solid individual. He will do well. We'll be hearing about him, I'm sure, shortly, doing some great things. He is awesome. U.S. Navy CB President accounted for. CB's up. Awesome, George. Welcome. We had the opportunity to work with CBs throughout my career. And again, another solid group of individuals. I've been on deployment with them, in training with them, combat. They are some solid construction, mainly construction, being an engineer. So we'd get all the construction, mostly vertical, a lot of woodwork. They are meticulous, solid work. Marine engineers, we do expeditionary building. So ours isn't meant to last years and years. 3 months, about 90 days. Hopefully some of the stuff we built lasts longer than that, but it's expeditionary. CBs, the real deal. They're Michael, old school Marine here, 8 years active duty, 4 years inactive. Michael Jones, thanks for setting the pace. That's what you started it. You created a path for all of us to follow. So appreciate you. Jarhead, CBs can do. They absolutely can. I mean, it's been years now, but I got to tell you, you have best tools. The best tools of CBs. I might have accidentally borrowed some without asking and didn't actually return it. So sorry about that. I think he's engaged for the BAH. I know it's, Deering was in love, right? So I can't comment on that. I think they had a great relationship as far as I knew. Michael, are you still in the Marine Corps now? No, I'm not, sir. I am retired as well. And I'm not going to give it up. I love everything about the Marine Corps. It was my life. I've been a Marine longer than I wasn't. So this is life. Bryce Wilger played poker with CBs at Marine Barracks, Adak, Alaska. Had some on the USS Lemoore country. Very cool. I'm telling you, CB's solid group of individuals. Love you guys. Gear drift is a gift. Sorry, CBs. I got to tell you, Billings, that's true. Facts. Gear drift is definitely a gift. I think I might have looked for you to return some of the tools, but I couldn't find you. Some great tools. We always, but working together. I remember we were on a San Clemente Island. It was the first time I got to work with the CBs, and again, seeing the quality of work. I can't say enough about the CBs, but definitely want to give them a shout out. You're my sergeant major on first deployment, 3-3, Guard Force. Freddie Church. Went to Evil Eye, India. Love India. Shot my way into the rifle team in Quantico. Very cool. That takes discipline, the rifle team. There's more to marksmanship than expert. Gain some lethality. Very cool. I don't know if I ever had the patience for that. So it definitely takes some discipline to be on a rifle team. Yes, and to qualify beyond expert, awesome. That's something that you can't take lightly. Marksmanship one takes discipline. Okay, to continue to shoot expert rifle and pistol, but to go beyond that, bravo Zulu. George, thank you, brother. Best and worst moment as a DI. Doc, very cool, very interesting. A great question. I actually get that asked a lot. One story that always sticks out in my head, I'll try to make it short, but we were drilling on the parade deck Sunday. That's drill day. I had a recruit that I didn't think was going to make it. He was always screwing up. His stuff was always falling apart. He was always dirty. Just wasn't going to make it as a Marine. Deep down, I knew he wasn't going to make it. So this one Sunday, we were drilling. We were doing open ranks and close and extend online. Not to drag this out, but I said, close for them to move sideways. And he went the wrong direction. So I said, you can't do a sidestep. I told you you're supposed to sidestep. What is the matter with you? Show me you can do a sidestep. And he started sidestepping. So then I yelled at the rest of the platoon. It's not his fault. It's all of your fault. Nobody's helping him. It's a team effort. Why can't you get him? And I just went off. I was thrashing the company, or the platoon, on the parade deck on a Sunday. It got dark, breaking all kinds of rules. A few minutes later, the MP pulls up. I was like, oh crap, somebody dimed me out. They saw me out here. As soon as he rolled in, a young corporal gets out, sir, senior drone sergeant. I say, hey, I'm getting off the parade deck right now. I apologize. Just having a class. So I started to march aboard. He's like, no, senior drone instructor, something else. He opened the back door of the cop car, the MP car, and that private gets out of the back of the car. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing in the MP? Get over here. And the MP was like, sir, we saw him sidestepping all the way down. He ended up by the theater at MCRD San Diego. He never stopped. I said, what's the matter with you? He said, sir, you never told me to stop. Some discipline in that little body of his. He did actually end up graduating. Hopefully, maybe he'll show up here shortly. I'd love to hear from him because I did not think he was going to make it. The most disciplined. He's that kid that you hear about in boot camp. You might know some that wrote letters home in the third person. Hey, Ma, this recruit is doing well. That's the kind of discipline he had. He just needed more training, and he had to kind of get it. And shortly after, he certainly did. Michael, enjoyed playing around with the C4. How you grab your blasting cap and put on the C4. C4 is definitely the best part of being an engineer. Loved it. Loved making shape, blowing doors off buildings. It was some good stuff. Do you participate in testosterone replacement therapy? Here's what I participate in: straight motivation. It's all I take. Drink a little protein every now and then just because I don't eat right, but it's motivation that gets me going. Not pre-workout, not anything else, but getting some in the gym. You decide how much you want to push in the gym and how bad you want it. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate you too, brother. Absolutely appreciate you, brother. So another question I do have is, what kind of stuff do you want to see more of? I know we bounce around a lot, and that's just, again, me and my team just thinking about what motivates us, what we want to share, what we want to still give back. Yes, I'm retired, and I already told you I'm not letting it go because this is life. Being a Marine is not a job. It is a way of life, as Marines know. Service members, I think you all probably feel the same way. So it is something that we just want the Corps to continue to do amazing things as it was for our predecessors. And they paved the way. That's why the Marine Corps birthday is coming up, a motivating time just to continue the legacies of the Marines before us. And I still think that the Korea, Vietnam, the World War II, those veterans of the Korean War, seriously, the frozen tundra of Korea, fighting in that weather, 30 below, and not even just surviving. You're surviving the weather and the enemy and trying to kill the enemy. You have to do your mission while freezing. Some amazing stories from some Korean War veterans, Vietnam, Iwo Jima. Amazing. Does motivation come in a needle? Monkey balls. Motivation comes from your heart, your mind. Motivation. You got to get it. All that stuff, especially if you're young, don't put none of that crap in your body. Motivation. You don't need any of that. Michaels, once a Marine, always a Marine. Semper Fi, brother, and that's it. It is life. Doc, Marine title is not something you buy. It's something you earn. Earned, never given. It's not easy. Boot camp is not easy. I did the short on, is Marine Corps boot camp hard? Yes, it's hard. It's hard. Even how much you prepare yourself, it's still hard. And you can tell somebody, those of you out there who aren't Marines, you can tell story after story. You can tell them everything every day of your 3 months, but you'll never feel it. You'll never get it until you go through it. So definitely, it's something that you live. JTB, doing prac with DISR and CC. Marines don't swear. Do the recruit chase? Marines don't swear. Do the recruit chase? No, sir. No, they don't. Yes. Thank you for diming me out. Tell it. Definitely reactions to your boot camps from your perspective, like I mentioned before, and I can share some of that. Some that I thought were good, if that's something that you think would be good. Absolutely. So reactions to boot camp. Movies, definitely, that's in the plans also. Movie reactions, I'm looking forward to that. Some, even the one movies I've never seen. Crypt Keeper 0311, era. Frozen Chosen, they relied on Tootsie Rolls for food. Surrounded time and time again by the Chinese, but broke through every time. Those men were built different than today's generation. Amen, Crypt Keeper. 100% concur with you. Michael says, what helped me out in boot camp, I played football in grade school and high school, and also ran track. Being physically fit prior to going to boot camp 100% helps. Now, being thrashed by a drill instructor is a little bit different, but it definitely helps. So those of you who are getting ready to go or thinking about going, the best shape you can be in, running push-ups, pull-ups, thrash yourself. Bryce says, every Marine and duty station has their own sea story. Amen. I want to write so many books about every duty station, every incident, some stuff. I'm not going to tell you the title because I don't want you to take it, but you know, you hear it all the time. You're not going to believe this. And then the story comes out. Some you can't believe, some you've heard before. All good stuff. So jot it down. Jot those things down before you forget. Kind of what this channel is all about. Staying in the communities, bringing old memories back. I love when our generations before that say, you bring back so many memories. Again, that's what this channel is all about. So share it. Share it. If you like what we do here, continue to join us. Continue to tell your friends about it. And let's build this community. Keep it going. Legend. I'm going to write a book. My wife tells me all the time you should write a book. Again, there's a couple that I definitely want to write. Michael says, being drilled by the drill instructors are mental. Yes. Monkey Balls, Message to Garcia. Definitely one of the best reads ever. A message to Garcia, as short and sweet as it is. Such a profound message in that, and it's about initiative, something you can't teach. Bryce, I would like to pre-order that book. I got you, definitely. I'm telling you, and I just got to do it. Just that thing, quit saying I'm going to, and just go for it. Michael, did you say you're still in the Marines? I'm retired, Michael's Drones, but you know, once Marine, always Marine. Still in my heart. So, the stories that, you just saw me, I just dripped all over myself. So you do see it, and we do hear it. Again, one of the beautiful parts about this channel and this community. That's why we want as many subscribers as possible to keep it going, to tell the stories that our families can hear and future generations. We love the evergreen feel of the YouTube channel. It definitely can. It's like writing a book, but the book is definitely going to come out. So the birthday ball again. I still want to kind of touch on that a little bit. If you have some Marine Corps birthday ball stories, I do have one I want to share shortly. But November 10th, those of you that aren't Marines, you can ask any Marine, and I'll put any amount of money on this. Every single Marine knows the Marine Corps birth date and place. And I'll throw it out there. Any Marine, every Marine knows. It's something that's drilled into our head. Marines are fanatical about being Marines. History, traditions, customs, and courtesies. But the birthday is something that we celebrate no matter what, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, duty stations or anything. It gets celebrated one way or the other. Doc says Paris Island, San Diego, or yes, MCRD, San Diego, Hollywood Marine. Bryce says it never leaves you. Recruit training, the PT wasn't bad if you're physically fit. I'm telling you, and after boot camp, you got to continue it. This feels like such a tight-knit community, which I appreciate very much. Again, Chala, that's what it's all about. That's why we like to keep it motivating, keep it positive, keep it with the like-minded people, and continue to grow this community. Jarhead says, is there any place to find old drill instructor besides Together We Served? So I was even on Together We Served for a while. I kind of lost it over the years. I probably still have an account. I got to imagine that there is a drill instructor group, something. Maybe we'll do a post on it and get us all drill instructors out there to kind of chime in, and I'd love to hear some stories. Again, even my time down there watching other drill instructors, hearing stories about it, it's huge. Bryce Reborn, 10 November 1775. Amen. The chicken has arisen. Semper Fi, Sergeant Major. Semper Fi, chicken. Good to see you. Glad you made it. Let's hear it. We've talked about a bunch of things. The birthday pogues. Did we touch on that yet? I still want to touch on that because that created a lot of controversy. Whatever you got. Yes, sir. Good to see you back. Again, a lot has happened since last time. You know, life is busy, but we couldn't wait to get another one rolling. We really do love the lives. Michael's drones still get out and jog every day. 65 years old. That's awesome. I'm telling you, I do as well. I try to PT every day and try to teach people to continue doing it. It's something you do have to do every day. Pogue's a pogue no matter what, if you're infantry or aviation. Yes, so again, monkey. The whole pogue thing, I told you that I heard it as Remington Raiders way back. Are pogues any different? Is it true POG, personnel other than grunts? Heard it, seen it spelled as the pogue, POGUE. That's what I was telling you about the MAGTF. No one can do their job without each other. Every MOS is just as vital as the next. Is life different for the infantry than someone else? Absolutely. It's a different world, and that's what they choose. When I first went to boot camp, got off the bus, they told us, we'll make you or break you, and I have seen him break a lot of people. Yes, that's the DI's job. Break you down and build you up. It's an amazing process. Has boot camp changed over the years? Absolutely. You know it has. Society has changed over the years. Is Marine Corps boot camp still the toughest? Amen. It is. For all the right reasons. We know, again, the other little controversy was the Marines are first to fight. Yes, we are the first to fight. Are there special units from other branches that maybe go and send small units? Yes, absolutely. But the Marines as a whole, as a unit, are the first to fight. We get in a fight. What MOS should I choose if I want to waterboard people? Yeah, different community. Miss Packboy. Is it the toughest? Absolutely. Marine Corps boot camp is the toughest. That's a fact. What's the head situation like in a boot camp? That's a good question. In boot camp, it is, you have stall doors for the toilets, or stall walls, but no doors. And the urinals, you have about 6 or 8 open urinals. So no different. The only difference is there's no door to the toilets. And you're in and out. You're probably not going to use the toilet for a couple of days because so much is going on. Pogues are needed in the Corps, but I damn sure didn't join the Marines to drive a truck. Again, that's everyone joins the Marine Corps for a different reason. First one is to defend their country, and every Marine is a rifleman. Crypt Keeper says, Pogues, man, can you pull that back down? Miss Packboy says, I don't think so, not with women in it. Yes, absolutely the hardest. Doc says, Death stared at a Marine and whispered in his ear, the storm is coming. The Marine smiled and whispered back, I am the storm. Chuck Abel, Semper Fi, listening to you and multitasking as I'm editing photographs. A wonderful Friday evening. Semper Fi, Chuck. Glad to have you aboard, brother. Nice. Keep working. Yeah. Trivia, holiday merch interest. Holiday merch interest. That's another one that we're going to do shortly. What kind of gifts for the holidays? They install partitions in the heads at San Diego. Man, I believe so. Shoot, it's been so long. Pretty sure there's partitions. Even when I was a recruit, there's partitions, but just no doors. Can't believe there is a cami shortage. What's your thoughts? It's not just camis, it's all uniforms, as far as I know. Dress blues and everything. And yeah, unbelievable. You know, we didn't see this coming. Seems like it could have been planned much better. Tight Lines TV, does laxative gum work? No idea. Never tried it. Never needed it. I don't know. Anybody know? Does laxative gum work? Not sure. Legend says, do you have a merch shop? Not yet. We're working on it, Legend. We definitely want to, and that's why we want some holiday merch ideas, some interest. Would that be a good videos and good shorts to do? Delvis, Ron just got selected for staff today. Love what you do. Congratulations, Delvis. Staff Sergeant Marines, you're now a staff NCO. Welcome to the staff NCO community. Bigger and better things are expected of you now. So get after it, brother. Nice job. Yeah, merch will be coming. The laxative gum is in your MREs. That is not laxative gum. That's just gum. That's to clean your teeth. The gum in MREs is to clean your teeth. Do you want it? Clean your teeth a little bit, spit it out. We didn't even have partitions in the H barracks at Camp Lejeune. Just toilets. Dang, Bryce. Yeah, rough. You got to go and take that midnight head call. Tight Lines, era. Chicken, nice. Congratulating the staff sergeant. All right, that's a decent question, Monkey. What do you think about the E4 Mafia? Alive and well. I don't know it because I'm not in it. You don't talk about it unless you're in it. Stray, appreciate that. Congrats on the new staff sergeant. Michael Jones says, when I graduated from boot camp, I got my MOS and my sergeant said, how in the hell did you get into combat engineer? Because most of my platoon was grunt or infantry. Again, needs of the Corps. That's another thing we can talk about later is the needs of the Corps. That's where you're going to go. That's when you're going to get promoted. That's when you're going to move to a different geographic location. The needs of the Corps comes first. Mission accomplishment is number one. Tight Lines, what's my opinion on steroids? Unnecessary, waste of time. Motivation is all the steroids you need. Never done it, never will, never would. Stay away from it. Motivation and hard work. That's what you need. Bryce, in the 70s. So, yeah, So we've evolved since then a little bit. I think we at least have stalled walls, not doors. Freddie Church, I got out in 2019, and to be honest, that's an 03. 0311, I didn't do great in Quantico. What do you do when you get out other than join the Guard or Army Reserves? Very good question, Freddie, and that's transition. That's a big deal. Does 0300 set you up for success? Being in the Marine Corps at any MOS and succeeding and learning every leadership skill you can makes you a success outside the Marine Corps. So just because you're in 03, that's not an excuse to do well in any other job, line of work. That's up to you as an individual. So take courses, take classes, get your degree while you're in. Yes, 03s have time to get their degree as well. No excuses. Haram Biff for them. Dang it. Sorry, missed that one, brother. Tight lines. Hey, you got to get some motivation. Steroids, the chicken has a rhythm. He's got it. Steroids are unnecessary. AF. I've seen some skinny Marines hump all kinds of weight over some mountains. Heart. That's what it is. Dedication. Crypt Keeper. Freddie, you can do any job, brother. Put the same discipline in what you want to do, where you want to go in. I'm going for cybersecurity, even though I was a grunt. Semper Fi, Crypt Keeper, that's what it's all about. Crypt Keeper 0311, that's what it's all about. Carlos Diaz, 1371, engineers up. Combat engineers. 2 MOSs in the Marine Corps have combat in front of them. Who knows what they are? I gave one away, combat engineer. Jarhead, great shirt idea would be my pronouns are, yes, I love it. My pronouns are Jarhead, Leatherneck, Devil Dog, Marine. Hurrah. Good one. That will definitely be on our short list. Hiram, combat arms. Nope, it's a specific MOS. 2 MOSs have the word combat in front of them. Chuck Abel says, used to tell my NCOs and staff NCOs, if they wanted find out what was going on, ask the Lance Corporal. I like that. They know everything. The Lance Corporal underground, because they listen. They pay attention, they watch, they observe, they inspect you leaders all the time. So they're looking, they're watching, and they're listening. Lance Corporal underground. Love it. Doc Holliday, infantry. Yes, sir. Monkeys, a Citadel, a wannabe, West Point. I think you should choose one of these places, and if you got what it takes, go for it. They're all hard working. You got to have some heart and desire and to want it bad enough to go for it. I work in the construction field when I was in high school. I know a lot about construction work. I believe that's how I got in there, because I gave you a couple of days, nothing but paperwork. So in the construction field alone is hard work. And if you did that during high school, that's a work ethic that we might be losing. So a good, honest, hard day's work. Something else about the book, A Message to Garcia, is if you're going to work for someone, work for them. Don't slack off. East Wind Farms, good to see you. Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, Semper Fi. Michael Jones says to find out what field you were good in. That's why, again, choosing that MOS, selecting that MOS is definitely a vital part of your career, because you want to pick something that you're going to want to do for a long time, 4 years or 40, whatever you choose to do, but it should be in an MOS that you love, and being a Marine is number one, what you want to do. Bryce, 0331, Marine machine gunner. Those guys are hardcore, hard chargers, carrying all that gear, machine gun, getting on target. How fast, Bryce, can you get that gun up? That's the machine gun drills, no joke. Places like 29 Palms, range 401, that's where you see some true colors come out. 11 Bravo, Monk, are you your Army? Hua? It's close to 03. Carlos Diaz, combat pencil pusher. Close, so close. Carlos, so close. Michael Jones and RCs, I appreciate you and I respect you, so hey, thank you very much, Michaels. I appreciate you just as much, if not more. Semper Fi, my friend. Who, again, glad you're here, Monkey, to get some Marine Corps knowledge and motivation. Chicken has arisen is asking, anyone in here serve with Fox 25? What's her nickname, Chicken? Do you remember? Do you know? Fox 25, our counterparts. We shall see. I'm watching. MCRD San Diego had Mount Mother. Does anyone know about that? All too familiar with Mount Mother. Michael Drones have plenty of time on it. Sweat, blood, and tears. Yes, Monkey, the right guy is good, but you need way more than that. Michael Jones, I got you, Michael. It's Mount Mother. We know. Yes, Semper Fi, Mother. Black Hearts. Chicken, you got it. The Black Hearts. Hardcore unit. Hear them. I'll say this, Sergeant Major. You're the only nice. You're the only. Dang it. Mount Mother was a good one. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Plenty of miles on that. Cursing the whole way. No, Monkey, you need motivation. We're trying to take the easy way out. Bryce, to this day I can recite nomenclature, cyclic rate of fire, maximum range, etc., etc. Get some. Love those machine guns. Dave Rogers, I damn sure do. Steep, yes. Pushing 1 and 2, pole 2, so I can help my brothers graduate with me. Amen. Dave, appreciate you, brother. Marine Combat Instructor. Charlie, you know what? That wasn't the one I was thinking of, but I'll let it out here in a minute. Yes. Cribs Keeper 0311, have a good night. Sergeant Major, you should do these live streams more often. Take care and Semper Fi. Thank you, Crib Keeper 0311. Definitely will. We do enjoy it. We want to do as many as possible. Thanks for being with us tonight. Continue to watch. Semper Fi, brother. Have a good night. When I found your channel, I started listening to you and brought back old memories. Semper Fi. Yes, Michael Jones, again, that's what it's about. Keeping this community alive, living it, breathing it. That's what we do. Absolutely. Carlos Diaz has nightmares from Mount Mother. I might have a couple myself. Eastwind Farms, tubular fired, optical sided, wire guided. The tow system. Awesome, Eastwind. Yes, another amazing piece of gear that we just love shooting. All of them. All of them. To carry it, train with it, fire it, keep going. Monkey, 82nd Airborne or 101st? The Marine Corps. That's the answer. Carlos Diaz, is a Reaper the same as Mount Mother? Nope, two different ones. And was times that we did both for one reason or other. Sometimes Mount Mother, if it was raining too much, you couldn't even go up it. So different reasons why we added the Reaper to it. Bryce says, 7th thumb. Be sure to leave thumbs up. Amen. Delva's got it. Combat camera. The two MOSs that have combat in front of it, combat engineer and combat camera. Another interesting crew, and you got to be hardcore to go through combat, in and out of patrols, in firefights, in vehicle blasts and patrols with the camera as your number one. Obviously, they have weapons and are ready to fight and defend, but to capture all that, amazing. Shout out to the camera crew, the cameraman, excuse me, combat camera that's in the fight with where the action is. Nice work, Delvis. I think I have, Hiram says, I think I have a world record running a 5K in boots, but I'm probably wrong. If you can run a 5K in boots, I mean, that's again, Marine training right there, 5K in boots. What was your time? Hiram, put that on there so we can talk about it. Stairway to Heaven was another butt kicker of a mountain. Stairway to Heaven, I'm not even familiar with that one. Is that in boot camp or is that OCS or Horno, Camp Horno? Where's Stairway to Heaven? Oh, in 2-5 areas of operation. Yes. Yes, combat camera, again, yes it does. That's motivation. That's Who doesn't love looking at those pictures later, right? Take as many as you can. Mount Mother was at MCT. Mount Mother was boot camp, San Diego. Mount Mother, awful mountain that seemed to grow every cycle we went up it. David Rogers says, say what you will, but Lee Greenwood's Born in the USA was playing, and it was the proudest day of my life. Never forget SDI Staff Sergeant McGraw driving my EGA into my palm. After 25 years, I still have it. Semper Fi, David Rogers. That's what it's all about. Once again, a day, again, you can explain it 1,000 times over, but until you live that moment, you won't know. Semper Fi, David. Appreciate you sharing that. Stairway to Heaven is in San Diego. Stairway to Heaven is in San Diego. Again, is it boot camp? I don't remember. For some reason, it's slipping my mind. Camp Pendleton has a Mount Mother also. Camp Pendleton has many Mount Mothers all over, again, 25 area where 25 was. Mount Mothers all over. From creek bed to 1,000 feet up in plenty of hiking out there, getting used to those mountains. Here it says, my time at 3.1 in boots was officially 1924. But I saw 1926 on the clock. Earl, anything under 18 minutes in boots on a 3-mile run, amazing. Nice work. Not easy running the boots. Semper Fi, David. Hardcore Marine Corps, Michael Jones says, Ara. Stairway to Heaven, Marine Barracks, Adak, Alaska. Killer Run, says Chuck Abel. So there's probably Stairway to Heavens in a couple different locations and Mount Mothers in a couple different locations. JT, shout out to Sergeant Major. Is that X? Yeah, got you, brother. Stray, the Navy corpsman had to hump a mountain with us too in MCT, or am I wrong? The corpsmen are right there with us, not only carrying the gear, but they're also carrying medical gear for anything. They had gear to take care of any Marine that went down. So their packs are always a little more. Unit 1, if I'm right, Doc, the Unit 1 had more gear, and probably today, even more than anything else than the rest of the Marines. So they're definitely getting some. Chicken says, I still rather hike all the Camp Pendleton rather than anywhere at Hansen during the rainy season. Camp Hansen, definitely Camp Schwab, those areas in Okinawa, if you haven't been there, definitely a butt kicker in the rain, because it's still usually hot and muggy. Then the rain stops and the bugs come out, and then it rains again. You're soaking wet. Yeah, some miserable, life-altering hikes in Okinawa that just get you motivated. Once you're done, once you make it back, you can change your socks and get out of that cold, wet, miserable gear. Stairway to Heaven is in MCRD. Man, I'm thinking of Stairway to Heaven as the confidence course. We shall see. Bryce says, Chuck, I was at ADAC 77, 78, nice place on the day. The wind didn't blow and the sun came out. Yes, I've been in Alaska a couple of times during the summer, so the sun never went down. We are always being watched. Chicken says, banana spiders and habu snakes. You're bringing it back, Chicken. Banana spiders, the worst. Not afraid of them, I just don't like them. My wife tells me I'm afraid of spiders. I'm not, I just don't like them at all. I'll answer that one, Monkey. Does Motrin and water really solve all medical issues? Yes, and a little bit of suck it up. That's what gets you for those little pains and aches. Getting some. Change your socks. All right, so amazingly, that was a quick 1 hour. Man, that was awesome. Again, we definitely are going to do more. We'll get on the schedule, put it out there. Thanks all of you for joining us. We got to get the shirt out. What's a good question for the shirt? The climbing plow from Full Metal Jacket couldn't get his yet. Yeah. Appreciate it, brother. Okay, here's the trivia. What? The first one to answer. Be ready. Everybody get ready. Get ready. The first person on here to answer the question, the birthday's coming up. What birthday is it? What number birthday is it? Let's go. Let's go. No. Hey, Frank Hernandez, thanks for showing up. Thanks for continue. Stray. 238. JTB. You got it, brother. What? Yeah, we're not 238. Not 248. What is it? Not 100. You're going to have to scroll down. But he got it back to back. He said 238, and then he said 248. What are we on? 248. 248 years. JTB, you got it. We'll message you. You're going to have to message us and send us your home address so we can mail it to you. Yes. All right, last one from Michael Drones. Mount Mother was no joke. I believe it was the roughest part of my training at PT. I enjoyed that so much. I could stay in shape, but Mount Mother was a beast. All right, everyone, again, thank you very much for joining us. We definitely will do more. Semper Fi, my friends. A shout out to the Olea family. JJ, hang tough. We love you. God bless you. God bless all of you. Let's do this again soon. Subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Let's keep this community alive. Semper Fi, my friends. Hurrah!